Hey Lily fam, make sure you guys are copying you some merch. They're only 15 Robux each. And if you want to be a part of the Lily fam, make sure you are joining my group on Roblox. All links are in the description box. Enjoy today's video. What's up guys, it's your girl CarlitaXoXo, and in today's video, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be playing the Tower of Hell, or the Tower of HE double hockey sticks. And I am also going to be finishing part 2 of the Catfish story we told in yesterday's video. So if you guys are interested in today's video, make sure to stay tuned. I also would like to thank you guys for 20.5k subscribers. You guys mean a lot to me, and just to be here at 20k as a mobile player is truly inspiring, not only to myself but to others who look up to me. So thank you for proving to me every day that it is possible. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into today's video. So basically, in the last video, I shared with you guys how I catfished someone, but in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how it backfired. So we ended up leaving off where I ended up revealing myself, and I told the guys that I was talking to that I was catfishing them, and I ended up sharing with you guys how that resulted and how that turned out. If you have not watched part 1, pause this video, go watch part 1, and then come back because you're going to be really confused and lost. So watch that first and then come watch part 2. Okay, so I want to basically start off by saying, do you know how some people say what goes around comes around? You know the word karma? Well, I just would like to tell you guys that is real, and it's a thing, and she's out here hunting for you. Now, you guys, remember, I catfished someone when I was 12, and a couple months later, I ended up meeting somebody new, and we're going to name this person Tyrone. Now, I met Tyrone, and we were kicking it off. Once again, I ended up meeting Tyrone on Facebook. So I met Tyrone on Facebook. They ended up messaging me, and we were kicking it off. And it started off through DMs. So we would only contact each other in the inbox. At the time, it wasn't even called a DM. At the time, it was called inbox. So we were inboxing each other, and eventually we ended up exchanging numbers. After I got Tyrone's number, we would literally text and talk on the phone every single day. Every day he would tell me good morning. Every night he would tell me good night. We would talk throughout the day, and he would even call me every day. Every day when I got out of school, I would come home and I would be waiting for his phone call, and we'll literally be on the phone. I remember I would talk to him while I would do my homework, and it was really just the vibe. After a while, I actually ended up liking him a lot. So I'm gonna describe Tyrone for you guys. So Tyrone was a couple years older than me, not too old, just a couple years older than me, maybe 1 or 2. And he was light skinned. He had big lips. He had really curly hair, and he also had, I believe, like these really pretty brown eyes. So mind you, I'm just in heaven. I'm like, yes, like he looked good. And then, you know, this time I was taking it serious. Like, I ain't catfish nobody. Even in part 1, if you actually listen to part 1, then you guys know the catfish idea was not mine. So yeah, I was happy to know that I was in a relationship with somebody who seen me and not no catfish pictures. So, you know, it was a whole vibe, y'all. I was digging it. After about 3 months of just digging it, Tyrone ended up asking me to be his girlfriend, and I was liking him. I was digging him. So, of course, I said yes. Me and Tyrone ended up being in a relationship for quite a while in the long run. However, the relationship had a lot of ups and downs. So in the beginning of the relationship, everything was honestly perfect. We had this routine schedule. We would always talk to each other every single day. We would call each other around the same time every day. I stayed on top of my school stuff. He stayed on top of his stuff. So everything honestly worked out perfectly in the beginning. However, as time went on, me and Tyrone began to argue more often, and we eventually began to get into these type of standoff arguments where it would become so bad to the point where we would stop talking to each other for a couple of weeks but still be in a relationship. Now, I'm stubborn, and I'm the type of person where if we get into a relationship, and we're arguing and we get into a real bad argument to the point where we're not talking to each other, I'm not going to reach out to you. Tyrone was also stubborn in that way, so that's pretty much where we would clash. It would be so bad sometimes we would even go weeks or maybe even a month without talking to each other. But at the end of the day, we would always come back to that place where he would eventually reach out and we would fix things and everything would be all peaches and cream again. So this pretty much lasted for a while. And then I remember one time he ended up breaking up with me. Now, this one was a shocker because I've never actually had someone break up with me. Usually, I'm the one that's breaking up with them. However, he was very respectful about it. He reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm honestly not ready to be committed in this relationship. I still want to be friends. I still want to talk or whatever, but I don't want to be in a committed relationship. The fact that he was man enough to come to me and admit that, and you know, he would rather break up with me than to go cheat or do something stupid, I respected that and I was 100% okay with that. So we ended up breaking up and we were friends for like a couple of months. So maybe like 4 to 6 months we were friends before we ended up getting back into a relationship. About 4 to 6 months later, he asked me again. He said, can you be my girlfriend? I'm 100% ready to be committed. And we ended up going at it again. Now, this relationship went a lot more smoother. There were less arguments. We were more understanding of one another. I honestly feel like the friendship we had between those 4 and 6 months honestly grew on us and it gave us a better bond. We were at a much happier place in our relationship and I was honestly all here for it. I was such at a happy place and I was so confident about our relationship that I started sharing this relationship with my mom. And it even got to a point where I asked her if she can come over or if he can come over and spend the holidays with us. So it was around Christmas time and she agreed and she said that he would be able to come over for a week to spend the holidays with us. And he was like, yeah, I'm super duper excited. He said he would be able to come for sure and everything, you guys. So I'm happy the holidays is coming, it's arriving, and I'm thinking that he's gonna come and the time get close and he's like, hey, I don't think I'm gonna make it, XYZ. He really didn't have a real reason why he couldn't make it, so that's why I was so confused. Even though I catfished someone before, I never would have thought that he was, you know, a catfish. Like, that never came to mind. Because in my head, I just felt like, you know, it felt real. And that's just something that just wouldn't happen to me, right? So I just didn't think that it would be a thing. But in the end, it was possibly a thing. But we're going to get to that. So when the holidays came and he wasn't there, I can't lie, I was quite disappointed. However, I was not upset with him and I was more so understanding of the situation. Like I said, he never gave me a real reason why he couldn't come. He just said he couldn't and I was understanding of that. In the beginning of this video, I did mention to you guys that we met on Facebook. However, I also forgot to mention that we never even met at all. So we met on Facebook and that was it. We never actually met in person before getting into a relationship. So yeah, at this point I was dating somebody I met online. I would ask him multiple times to meet up in person and he would bluff. He would never show up. I even suggested that we video chat. I understand that FaceTime is really popular now, but when I was younger and when I was some of you guys' age, a thing called Uvu was really popular, and I asked him to get on there and he would get on there with me. However, he would never show his face. He would always have his picture up. So basically when your camera is off, your picture will show and it would show his picture, but it would never show his face. And when his face wasn't, like, when the picture wasn't there, the room was always like black and dark and like I could never see him. And at the time I really never thought anything of it. However, now that I look back at it, that's something that I think about today. I truly do think that I was catfish, and although I don't have any real proof of it, I have a strong feeling that I was. So tell me, do you guys think that I was catfished? Or do you think that he was being sincere and honest and everything he was saying was true? Let me know your opinion down in the comment section below. Anyways, that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on my post notifications, comment in the comment section below, chat with your Lily fam members, let me know your opinion, and also give me some good video ideas for the next one. I appreciate you guys' support, and until next time, as always, bye!
Missing someone.